Hello, Namaskar, Pooja and Rashmi from Divine Valley. And today we have Shivani Bhan from Kashmir as it is with us, giving quite a brief about her app, what she has created, and her journey so far. Uh, I know we have been majorly interested as a Divine Valley in the legends and the people in the culture and the temples of Kashmir. But we realized lately that the people who are actually carrying forward our culture at present need to be, known in current times rather than later in the history. Pooja will be giving her introduction in detail. Welcome, Shivani, to Divine Valley channel.
Welcome, Shivani. Shivani was born in Srinagar in BalGarden, and when she left Kashmir, she was, I think, 5 year old. And
Yes.
at the moment, she is working in a MNC. She's done her B from Punjab Technical University and Masters from BITS Pilani. And she's, like I said, she's working in an MNC in Singapore. And it's really good the way she's juggling between a toddler and a full-time job and giving so much to the community. So over to you, Shivani, if you can tell us more about this app that you have created, Kashmir as it is.
Thank you, Pooja ji and Rashmi ji, for inviting me to your Divine Valley channel. So yes, as you said that right now I'm juggling between Kashmir as it is, between my toddler, my working life, my household life, everywhere. But it is good that through this way I am very close to my culture, very close to my roots. And I am involving myself into a project, into a work wherein I'm sort of giving it to the community, giving it back to the community. How? By trying to create an encyclopedia or a library for our future generation. So the main objective, it's not a mission, I would say, but it's an objective, or it's a kind of very high dream to create a place, to create an encyclopedia, to create a library for upcoming generations, maybe like, you know, fifth or sixth generation of from me, that they can, you know, come back and refer to Kashmir as it is if they want to perform certain rituals or certain festivals, or want to know or want to feel connected with the roots. So that has been an objective overall since the day I started this, and even now when I'm working on it. Now that I'm working on it, I am, there are things that are being unfolded in front of me, because our culture, our history is very rich. It's not just things we do, but it's also about why we do them. And our generation mainly asks the question why. I would still restrict myself asking why to my mother, but my son does not restrict that. So, you know where I'm coming from. Like, we have a tendency to relate everything with science, and to ask question, why do we do this? So Kashmir as it is also trying to find all those answers. And what I identified when I was doing research in certain subjects, I identified that our Kashmiri culture, all the rituals that we do, all the day-to-day things or the routines that are required to be performed as a Kashmiri Pandit, they all have scientific background. We do it not just for the purpose of doing it. It has to be done because it has a logic behind it. So that's what actually inspired me, and that's why I'm, you know, doing
Before we go in more details, just one question. So why Kashmir as it is? Why?
Sorry. Actually, I am quite into things which are very much original. So, you know, I like things as they are. I don't like adulteration. I don't like anything mixed up. So the Kashmir as it is like, you know, Kashmir as it is, without any adulteration, without any effect from the foreign bodies. KashmirAsItIs, basically, in short.
So you want to
Yeah.
capture like what you are trying to say through your features. What you want to keep is the essence of Kashmir the way it was, rather than changing it with
Yes.
the times.
Yes, absolutely. How it had been since
Then
pre-Vedic
we
era.
capture,
Yes.
and that is in 1990. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we are capturing the 1990 backwards how Kashmir was, rather than
Yes.
yeah,
Not exactly just 1990. I would talk about pre-Vedic era,
yeah,
because
yeah.
all my researches starts from in pre-Vedic era. This is what we used to do. And in current times, this is what we are doing. I mean, if you read the article about, say, for example, Pan Festival, I have specifically mentioned that Pan Festival was all about Veer Garab merge. So it was a festival in which the feminine power was, it was devoted to feminine power. It was Veer Garab merge. But now, because of amalgamation, because of, the entry of other cultures into Kashmiri culture, because of influence, because of migration, whatever you call it. Now we celebrate Pan also as Vinayak Choram, which is dedicated to Lord Ganesha, although it is not related. So yeah, although
So
it is
while
not
it
related.
is quite interesting, I think we'll need to go to your website to read that article.
Actually, I found it very interesting. So
We
yes,
request
definitely.
our viewers as well to go and comment on the website. So, what other features are you capturing as part of website? What areas does it cover in addition to our rituals? I guess, as you mentioned, Pan.
Oh, so as I said before, KashmirAsItIs is actually a library. I mean, I'm aiming to build a library or an encyclopedia, whatever you name it. So it has to have each and everything which we can relate with to Kashmir, or which we can relate with our roots.
Yeah.
The first feature to start with itself is how Kashmir is. Its geography, its flora, its fauna, the picnic spots even, because you and I have been in Kashmir for some time. So, we can relate to Nishad Bagh, we can relate to Verinag, we can relate to mutton and all those things. So you can find those parts as well. Then you can find the history of Kashmir Valley. You can find the history since pre-Vedic era
So
till
can I interrupt you?
1990.
You said all these places, and you said you were only 5 when we left Kashmir. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to tie. Have you been back in Kashmir, or do you have memories? Back.
Uh, thanks to God, I have very sharp memory. I
Oh,
still remember my house in BalGarden. I remember that we had, I have that image in my head. I remember we had a wooden gate. We used to enter. We had a pathway. We had a beautiful garden. We had some evergreens. I always used to jump inside those evergreens. Used to get scratches all over my body. And then we had some stairs. We used to go up. That is Brandavanan, Brand Kios
yes.
Garasmus, right? Veranda. And then it was inside. It was a 2-floor house, and my room was just in the first floor, in the ground floor, and then my grandparents' room was in the second floor. So yeah, so I remember all those things. Then I remember about our vacations in Gulmarg. We used to go for, we had that tent and all. And then I have pictures from the past. They always kind of revive my memory. That is a kind of revision whenever I go through those albums. That's my revision. But I
So
remember
is that you were
only the
then?
later part of the valley. I was like, maybe when I was between 4 to 5 years old, or 3 to 4 and 5 years old, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have still memories. But what is your then inspiration to start Kashmir as it is? Is it that, or any your memories of past, or uh,
Um, Memories of past, yes, but not exactly that, because the inspiration actually came from when I used to see in my house itself that whenever there was a function, or even like at the time of birthdays, or my brother's gandunos, yeah, those kind of functions, Satalevun, Gandun, and such kind of functions, major functions, or Kore Oske Sozunasan. So because I had always lived with my grandparents, so people used to give a call to my grandmother always, and they used to ask what is supposed to be done, what is to be given, So sometimes even my grandmother did not know answer, so she used to ask her elder sister, who was elder to her. So I used to get very much, kind of, it was an inspiration also, and it was more of a curiosity that we don't have any books about it, we don't have any documents, or jantri pachna likhe thi kya karasan kya seriasan phone karay mujhe yaad hi rozan patmira varitosi kormu to those kind of things in my head. So she said, no, we don't have, and at least agar aaj to michan pathi ad baresmas. So that is how it clicked in my head that why don't we have something where
like you
people
said,
can come in.
Kids are like our times. We were not, I mean, even if we were curious, we didn't ask those things.
Exactly. I still don't ask the question.
I've seen my daughter asking me so many questions, but I don't. I know there are scientific reasons why we used to.
Yes. So that's how actually the idea and the motivation started. So she was like, okay, agar tashe lekhan ke lekh kitab tel so kya main prasthan se lekh. That was like a kickstart. Acha theek chu tel lekh bhui. It started from there. So
your grandmother challenged you to write this, and
she would be the happiest person at this point of time, I think, if she would know that this is how it started, and this is what I'm doing now. But she's watching, I know. So
coming back to your this website, so do you have any funding or anything for this? And I mean,
no, not really. It's all self-sponsored. I mean, I have been doing it since 2011, and I have been doing it on my own. 2011, actually, I passed out from BITS Pilani. I did my master's from there, and that gave me a kind of skill set to do something, right? To start something. And that was a time when I designed the website first in HTML, and then I got introduced to content management system, which is CMS system, right? Open source languages. Drupal was there, WordPress was there, and Cake PHP and all that stuff. So whatever I could use, I used it. So everything you see as of now is designed by myself, done by myself from the scratch. Yeah. So that's
what
how
we remember,
started.
it's a non-profit.
Yes, it's completely non-profit. Yes.
So it's purely voluntary from your own, and that's quite commendable work to do
Thank you.
for community. But how long has it been then in place? Is it since then 2011, did you say?
Yes, 2011 actually I started. 2012 you can say was something like, because 2012 I got married, and after that I came to Singapore. So there was a time between my finding a job, to getting settled in Singapore and finding a job, right? So I had those 5-6 months for myself. And that is when, I put in more efforts to stabilize it, to create a good thing, to, completely make it happen. But yeah, 2011 was when I registered the domain. 2011 was when I registered the domain. And 2012 was actually when, it came into life, I would say. Yeah.
So it's been roughly 8 years.
Yeah.
You have been continuously enhancing its features and keeping it alive and useful to the community.
Yeah, actually, it's just that it's because just I'm doing it all alone for now. And
who else is, when you say now, who else is in your team then, or who else is supporting you in any other way?
No, actually, it's not reporting, I would say. We are all working as a volunteer, and it's all started when I launched the application in 2017. Till 2017, I was all alone. There was no one, so I created the application on my own, created the website on my own. I think that was because the inspiration that I got was that my number of viewers of my website hit 50,000. So I was like, okay, the website is having a good number of users, so I should let's go for an application, because these days everybody is having a smartphone, and I still have to do lots of
website as
work.
well as app now.
Yes.
So since when is an app there?
2017.
Oh.
2017.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be a good idea if you can share the website and app, and we can have a look. We can.
Yeah, sure. I can. But before that, I will come back to the previous question about people who are working with me, because that is important to give them also the credit of being on Divine Valley, I would say, because without them, I cannot be here. So 2017 was when the application started, and people started coming to me. They were very encouraging, motivating, and they said, we would like to help you in whatever form we can. Of course, everybody is working, so whatever voluntary time they have. So I have few, there's a pseudonym. They don't want to be named on live. So, but my friend is there working with me. She is Neha. She helps me with some creating some quick scripts for social media, or sometimes proofreading the subject, and grammatical mistakes and correction. Everybody is playing a role. Then we have Karuna ji. She is a retired teacher. She has been a language teacher, and she wanted to give something back to the community. So she joined us, and she said, okay, let me create the lessons, Kashmiri lessons. So that's how we started our kosher HO section. Then yes, and then I have one friend. He calls himself Kosher Kot. He has been kind of support and in the form of inspiration. I mean, he always motivates me. He always inspires me. And he helps me a lot in social media, because he knows that I am not good in social media, and I always like to,
you're not using it.
Yeah. Hide myself at the back end. I don't वो प्रचार नहीं करती हूँ मैं इतना ज्यादा चीजों का. But he has been in kind of, no, you have to do it, you have to go ahead with it. So yes, so he's also there. Then we have a young boy. You will be really surprised. He is not even born in Kashmir, but the way he is into Kashmir is something like, you can't even imagine. I mean, he's totally into Kashmir. He just finished his graduation, so I think he's just 23, 24 only.
Okay.
And his name is Kunal.
His claim alive by giving him.
Of course.
To help you. But they are all in different time zones and regions, I guess, not based.
Yes.
Yeah. So
different
it's
time zones and different regions.
Around the world effort, which is coming your way then from various people to keep the effort going. That's great.
Yes. And I've kept it open. I mean, you are working, you can come and you can, contribute as in what you like. There are people who are contributing with their articles, with their books. I mean, for example, Shri C.L. Gaduji, he has done enormous number of work. He has, published lots of books. So he is quite supporting me in this Kashmir as it is, and he has sent almost all of his books, all of his publications to me to post it on my website and publish them, so that more and more people can come. And he is very knowledgeable. And then in the same way, same way, Mr. M.K. Renaji, who is from Project Zan, he has been so encouraging. So and he has asked me to again publish his work on my website. So it's an honor for me that the people of those what you say level, I would say. I mean, they are like great. They are legends in their own field and in their own way. They are entrusting on me, and they are encouraging me, and they are motivating. So I must be doing something right,
Yeah,
so yes, I mean, you guys have called me in this, so you are also part of Kashmir as it is.
Thank you. It's quite honor to have you here and see that what different people are doing for our community. I think Pooja wanted
I
us
think we should go and have a look.
to get you viewers.
Yeah, sure,
It
sure,
would
sure.
be really great to see all the features, some important features.
We'll
Like,
have a quick demo.
yeah, kind of a demo.
Okay, okay,
So,
let
like
me
you said,
try
there's a
So in the
and
feature where
meantime, if
you,
there are any viewers who want to post or they have any information about Kashmir, then I think we'll request you to get in touch with Shivani so that
thank you.
all the information is at one place and we build this encyclopedia together.
Thank you, Rashmi.